Welcome students, we will study the subject of bioprocess technology. What is bioprocess technology? Bioprocess technology is the subject where we study designing and development of equipments and processes involved in manufacturing of biotechnological products. What type of processes do bioprocess technology uses? So we use fermentation, extraction, filtration, chromatography, purification for in the bioprocess technology. There are mainly two types of processes that are used in bioprocess technology. One is called the upstream or USP, which involves fermentation. So in fermentation we will use the bacteria or fungi which will give us a product after the fermentation. If we put sugar, if we give a yeast sugar, the fermentation of the sugar will be alcohol. So that process is upstream process. The next process here is DSP, also known as downstream processing. So in downstream processing, you will try to extract the final product from the broth. You will try to extract the the alcohol from the broth which has been fermented by the yeast. You will try to extract that from the final product and give you a pure product. So in the DSP you use extraction, purification, filtration. Then you also use chromatography in downstream processing. So that means that downstream processing is separation of your desired product from the fermentation broth. So we will start with the first topic of unit 1, that is types of microorganisms that are used in industrial processes. What type of microorganisms will be used in industry? So they are bacteria, actinomycetes, fungi and algae. So we are going to study them one by one. We will start with bacteria. So in total there are 18 phyla of bacteria found in nature. Of the 18 phyla, we are using Proteobacter, Firmicutes and Actinobacter for our industrial use. So the Proteobacteria is the most advanced, evolutionary advanced bacteria of all the 18 bacteria. So we are going to study about Proteobacteria. The Proteobacteria include all the bacteria which are pathogenic to the humans, such as Escherichia, Salmonella, Vibrio, Helicobacter. These all are the pathogenic bacteria which humans are pathogenic to. Then they also have other free living bacteria which can fix nitrogen, or the purple bacteria which have the purple bacteria have a reddish pigment in them which is used for production of energy from the sunlight, that is the process of photosynthesis. All the Proteobacteria are gram-negative bacteria. So since they are gram-negative bacteria, the outer membrane will be mainly consisting of the lipopolysaccharide. The Proteobacteria have majority of the Proteobacteria have flagella. They are they have flagella. They move with the help of flagella, but some can also be non-motile and they will rely on the mechanism of bacterial gliding. Also, the proteobacteria can be facultatively or obligatory anaerobe, or they are heterotrophic. The proteobacteria has 5 subclassifications. In the 5 subclassifications, the industrially important group is the alpha bacteria. In the alpha bacteria, the important ones are the strains of Acetobacter, Glucanobacter and Zymomonas. So Acetobacter and Glucanobacter are the acetic acid bacteria, and Zymomonas is the alcohol producing bacteria. The acetic acid bacteria are of 2 types. First is Acetobacter and the next one is Glucanobacter. The Acetobacteria bacter are petriciously flagellated, as in the flagella is present all over the cell wall, and the Glucanobacter is polarly flagellated, as in the flagella is present on the polar ends of the cell wall. Why do we call them acetic acid bacteria? Because they produce acetic acid. How do they produce acetic acid? They incompletely oxidize alcohol and they give us acetic acid. The acetic acid is the major component of vinegar. So this acetic acid bacteria will be important for the vinegar industry. The Glucanobacter lacks citric acid cycle. Hence, it is the end product of Glucanobacter fermentation is acetic acid, while the Acetobacter has complete enzymes, set of enzymes required for citric acid cycle. So they oxidize the acetic acid further into the final product, which is CO2. The acetic acid bacteria, both the Glucanobacter and Acetobacter, both can tolerate pH of around 5 or even lower than that. That is they can tolerate the highly acidic environment. Acetobacter and Glucanobacter are also known as, since they do not completely oxidize sugar, they are called as under-oxidizing bacteria, or this property they have the property of under-oxidizing sugars. So this can be used in production of sugar acid, which can be, for example, production of glucuronic acid from glucose, galactonic acid from galactose, and arabinoic acid from arabinose. Then this can be also used in production of sorbose from sorbitol. Then production of ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is also known as vitamin C. The last use is production of pure cellulose in an unshaken culture. So this can be used in production of for industrial production of cellulose. The next phyla of bacteria which is industrially used is Firmicutes. Unlike the Acetobacteria and Glucanobacteria, these bacteria are gram positive. these Firmicutes are gram positive because either some of them will have mycoplasma in the cell wall, or they or the cell wall will lack lipopolysaccharide, which will not give it gram negative stain, and hence they are regarded as gram positive. These Firmicutes are low G plus C content, that is the G plus C content is less than 50%. This Firmicutes will be further subdivided into spore forming, non-spore forming and cell wall less bacteria. These cell wall less bacteria are mainly pathogenic bacteria and we don't use them in industrial processes. The industrially important strains or bacteria are of Firmicutes are Bacillus and Clostridium. So the Bacillus species are aerobic and they are used in production of enzymes which are used in killing insects. So which bacteria are used here? Bacillus papillae, which kills the larvae of beetles, and next one is Bacillus thuringiensis. This Bacillus thuringiensis is used against mosquito and also used in genetic engineering, where we make the plant insect resistance. This Bacillus thuringiensis we had studied it last year, where we were studying how to make plants insect resistant. If you recall it, you will remember that Bacillus thuringiensis was the bacteria that was used for the process. The next one, spore forming Firmicutes is Clostridia. Clostridia, unlike Bacillus, this is aerobic and it is pathogenic to humans and animals.